Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Expeditions Viking Let's Play. So I'm at the mountain plateau campsite, where I've just finished feeding and resting our guys, so we're ready to head into the ravine here and see what's happening there. I imagine there'll be some sort of fight ahead of us. It doesn't seem like they're just going to accept... I say they, I assume that there's more than one person here. I think I've seen this quest before in another Let's Play, but I'm not sure. So there could be a fight here. It could just be one dude. I'm not sure. We're going to jump in here and find out. Alright, so we're going to bring our usual group. Nefia, Azleif, Gunnar, Kettle, and Aoife. Okay. I'm not seeing any loot nodes nearby. Oh wait, yes I am. Let's go grab that real quick. Looks like we got a couple plants here. We need those herbs, so that works out nicely. Then we'll head... Looks like... I don't know if this is northeast. It is right now, but the camera could be oriented weird. So, I'm actually... Before I cross into there, I want to check this place out because... Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I'm trying to keep an eye out for, like, our father's trail or whatever. And I'm assuming they're going to leave clues in a lot of these quest locations. But, you know, you never know until you look. Got some people out here. Man and his son, or two brothers, maybe? Two boys, one around 15 years of age and the other much younger, are crouched at the edge of a creek. A moment's observation reveals their errand. The older boy is teaching the younger boy how to tickle fish? What? The lesson is confined to a purely theoretical level, as the creek is much too shallow for fish. As soon as they become aware of your presence, the boys get on their feet. The older of the two boys steps in front of his friend and greets you with a hesitant smile. Wow, I've never seen people such as you. Are you from Northumbria? Strathclyde? We're Vikings, but calm yourself. We mean you no harm. The older boy puts his hand on his young friend's shoulder and nudges him forward. Go on... is it like Lugade? Run along back to your dad. The kid walks past you slowly, head bowed in fear. Then he sets off down the path as soon as he's past you. The other boy clears his throat. I'm Cillian. I've heard stories of Vikings. To be honest, I never figured they were true. They make you out to be demons or some such. Is it true your ships look like dragons? Let's see. Yeah, it's true. It's part of our religion. Aye, that's right, you're not Christian. They say you worship ancient, violent gods that thirst for retribution against the spreading light of Christ. Let's see. It's true that we're not Christian. The corners of his mouth curve upwards. He seems powerfully intrigued. If you don't mind me asking, what are you hoping to find out here? We're looking for a hermit. I know the man you're speaking of. I'll take you to him if you want. I think he'll be very interested to meet you. He stands there for a moment, looking you over with a strangely excited air about him. Come on, this way. Okay, so he's going to lead us right there. Interesting, the quest was taking me that way. Is he going to, like, lead me into a... No, I guess it is leading me up here. It's like, oh great, he's going to lead me into some bandits or something. Hold on, there's other stuff up here. I wonder if this is where that kid ran off to? No, he went the other way. But there could definitely be some stuff up here. So I'm gonna definitely scour this map before I go off anywhere else. Got more herbs there. Good, we needed those. Some sort of like Stonehenge-like thing here. Elaborate symbols are carved deep into these rocks. They've clearly been meticulously maintained, as no trace of the lichen that grows on the base of each rock obscures the inscriptions. You recognize one set of symbols. You've seen them on the other standing stones you've come across on your travels. With dawning realization, you notice that some of the markings in one of the unfamiliar inscriptions bear a striking resemblance to the runes of your mother tongue. Once you've made this connection, you begin to see familiar patterns emerge in the text. With these messages side by side, you might be able to translate the inscriptions on the other stones you found. I'll make an attempt, but our sense is not great, so... We failed. You spend some time studying the different sets of symbols, but nothing comes of it, except a mild headache and a distinct impatience among your herdmen. Perhaps we just need more material to study. We can always return here if we find more of these stones. Surprised Gunnar is the one saying that. But he's right, yeah. I think we just need more of it. Or we could just ask somebody. I don't know that they would be all too keen to translate for us, but yeah. Let's head back down and on over here. I wonder what we would have gotten had we passed that sense check. I wish it would have let you use other characters to interact with stuff like that, like in all the old party-based RPGs where you have your rogue pick locks for you and your wizard do lore stuff for you. It seems like it's all falling to me, and I'm obviously more of a warrior than a scholar. The air in the cave is surprisingly warm and dry, but whatever supernatural blessing of air circulation is responsible for it has failed to prevent an oppressive stuffiness from settling over the area. Cillian hollers into the cave as you enter, and his words reflect sharply off the irregular angled walls. Mirrodin, I've brought you visitors. They're not Christians. A coarse voice returns from within darkness, deep with authority but uneven with age. Lad, your kindness will undo us both. I would nay have chosen a cave to live in if I wanted to entertain guests. Cillian gives you a reassuring smile. He'll settle down once he sees you. Come on. Okay, well, we're like way the hell back here. I don't know how we were listening in on that. We got something there. Maybe a skill point. Nope. There's another one over there. Is he gonna let me explore this first, or what's happening here? No, don't steal that. Are these all... No, that's not theft. Right, before I talk to him, then I'm gonna grab some stuff. Some bladders for mead or what? No, don't do that. I'm gonna go... No, I'm not gonna go grab that. Let's just talk to him. The man who waits in the central chamber looks just as you might have imagined. A dark gray beard reaches almost to his belt and blends seamlessly into an unassuming wool robe. His eyes judge you with a calculating clarity that makes you feel small despite the situation, and just for a moment you might actually believe that this man could be 1,000 years old. As I thought, your guests carry a legion's worth of steel into my home. Have you no thought for the safety of an old man, Cillian? Fool boy. He doesn't look particularly troubled by the admonishment. They're Vikings. They worship the old gods. Yes, and if I had taught you more about the old gods, you'd know that is no guarantee of kinship. The old man's eyes were never left you, have never left you, but only now does he address you directly. Well then, Viking, tell me who you are. My name is Hakon Carson. Welcome to my hall, Hakon Carson. If I had expected foreign dignitaries, I would have summoned the servants to tidy up the place. I'm called Mirrodin Emeris. If you came to speak to the last of the Druids, then you have found him. Please, control your disappointment. Why have you sought me out? On behalf of Constantine of the Picts, I'd like to invite you to Perth. The old man waves his hands dismissively and turns his back on you to inspect some mistletoe hanging on a string. It's a fearless gesture. King this and king that. These kings, they come and go. I owe them no allegiance. My only loyalty is to the faith. Let's see. Is it true that you're almost 1,000 years old? The old man scratches his chin through layers of beard. They've told you that. Or they've told you that? 1,000 years is a long time. I stopped counting long ago. This man is no more a millennium old than the Okapi is the Midgard serpent, helpfully taking the form of a ship to give us a ride across the sea. He regards you with the implacable way of a man who's said all that needs to be said. Tell me about your faith. No, I will not. Christians or nay, you're strangers to me. Let's exercise our diplomacy then. How about I tell you something of my faith, and you can return the favor. This appears to catch the old man's interest. Oh, a bargain. I accept. I see you collect mistletoe. The plant has an important role in the tale of Balder, son of Odin and Frigg. When Balder was born, Frigg made all the things in the world, living and otherwise, swear an oath that they would never hurt her son. But she had not made the mistletoe swear, as it was too young for such an oath. Okay. He strokes his beard. Interesting. Youth. One day all the gods were gathered. They decided to test the oath by throwing everything they could find at Balder, and they saw that nothing hurt him. But his brother Loki, ever the schemer, made an arrow from mistletoe and convinced the blind god Hoder, who was also brother to them both, to shoot Balder with it. The druid smiles but says nothing to interrupt you. I'm sure you can imagine how the story ends. We have stories of our own that echo yours. In fact, I have several variations on the same tale. Perhaps the inevitability of tragedy, even among the gods, makes it easier for us mere mortals to accept our own cruel fates. You promised to tell me something about your own religion. He grumbles but nods. Then let us remain on the subject of mistletoe. Few things are more sacred to us than this plant. It's extremely rare in these parts, but thanks to Cillian, I know of one good, hard-timbered oak nearby whereupon it grows. There is a ritual to gather mistletoe. Upon the 6th day of the moon, we bring a sacrifice to the tree and feast beneath it. It's meant to be a banquet befitting a king. We would bring 2 white bulls, horns tied to be sacrificed, but those days are ages past. I climb the tree, well, Cillian does these days, and cut the mistletoe with a sickle, which I catch in a white cloth. Ha! It's meant to be a golden sickle, but we make do with what we have. Needless to say, we go without the white bulls as well. From a mistletoe thus harvested and duly prayed over, we make a potent drink that is an antidote to all poisons. So is there nothing I can do to convince you to come? There is not. If you respect my will, tell your king I am long dead. Tell him all that remained of me was an old grave overgrown with lichen. Cillian catches your eye as you turn. He nods subtly back towards the mouth of the cave, then sets off in that direction. So he might have an inn for us here. So I can't take either of these things. Let's, like, how far do I have to go in here to grab some of this stuff? I can loot this, so I'm going to go do that. Because that could be loot. This is definitely loot. Actual mistletoe. And what do we have here? Some grease and some poison. Then there was something over here. Potentially nothing, but we'll check. More often than not, these are nothing, to the point where I almost don't bother, I almost don't bother looting them, but in this case I felt it was worth checking, and obviously that turned out to be false. So we gotta head outside and talk to this kid. Alright, Cillian, what do you got for me? Outside the cave, he looks almost as disappointed as you should feel. Sorry it turned out this way. I was sure you and him would get along. He's always on about Christianity's suppression of the old ways. Do you have a way to convince the old man? I can't convince Mirden of anything. The man's 1,000 years old. He probably made up his mind a century ago. How can I change that? He's not 1,000 years old, son. Such a thing is impossible. I've lived in this place my whole life. Who am I to say? There has to be something we can do. I can't return to the king empty-handed. He scratches his nose while he thinks. Listen, I need to catch fireflies for the old man's ritual. If you come along, we can talk on the way. Am I gonna have to help you catch fireflies or something? Alright, so we'll continue heading on down here. There we go. The young boy from earlier is chasing fireflies with a girl about his age. When they see you, they freeze for a moment, then run in a wide circle past you, back towards the village. Cillian looks worried. Ah, shite. I hope those wee pests don't tell their parents they saw us together. Why not? He suddenly looks a lot older. I've never been entirely honest with my family about Mirden. I know they suspect I visit the old man, but I try to hide it, and every time it comes up, there's a big fight. You have to understand, this isn't a village, it's a homestead. Everyone is related. When you live in a place like this, to break from the fold, why do your parents hate Mirden so much? Cillian is silent for a time, while he unpacks some of the jars from his sack. He hands you one and takes a few steps away to catch the nearest insect. With his back turned, it seems easier for him to talk. My parents are dead. They were killed in some stupid feud many years ago. My cousin Douglas and his brothers avenged them. Then he and Maelmure took me in, treated me like a brother. That blasted feud is still on, of course. It's old as sin, and it'll never end until everyone is dead. That's how things work up here in the Highlands. Um, what's my finesse? Not great. I'll try. We'll attempt to catch a butterfly, or a firefly. So how does this involve Mirrodin? Oh, we got one. You let your eyes unfocus, tuning your mind to beware what moves in your peripheral vision. A streak of greenish-yellow light lights up your left, and as you spin, you bring up the jar and the bug goes straight into it. You wrap thin cloth across its opening and tie it off, satisfied. Mirrodin was here before us. Far as I know, he's always lived in that little cave. And the problem is, everyone here is all Christian, of course, fervently so. They don't understand Mirrodin, but he frightens them. You should hear the things they say about him, that he's in league with the devil, that he takes children in the night and sacrifices them to dark powers. No children have ever been lost from the village, mind you. They're just trying to scare the wee ones to stay away from him. Cillian's voice is thick and unsteady now. I always want to tell them to just shut up about him, that he's just a nice old man who wants to be left alone, but they don't want to hear it. So we have these fights, and a long moment of silence follows. I swear, sometimes I think, if they knew I've apprenticed myself to Mirrodin, they'd kill me. Not Dub, but the rest of them. Another firefly disappears somewhere into the moss at your feet. This is a perception. I've got a little bit better perception. It sounds like a bad situation. You'd be safer in Perth if you come with us. We got another one. Cillian stops to think on it, and the local firefly population breathes a sigh of relief. His jar already buzzes with half a dozen of them. I'd come, you know, if Mirrodin would go as well. I've learned so much from him, but he still has so much left to teach me. So much wisdom, stories of the old gods, knowledge of, well, his rituals. He raises his head and stares off in the distance, though his sight lines are blocked by firs in every direction. I'll talk to him again. I've never told him how unsafe I feel around my own family. If he sees how much this means to me, he'll go with me, or he'll go with you. He closes his own jar, confused blinks penetrate the thin cloth, and hands it to you. Please bring these to Mirrodin back in the cave. I'll meet you and him at the stones on the peak. I'm going to go and reassure Douglas and Maelmure. Let's see. Good thing I brought this group of heavily armed warriors. We wouldn't want anything to happen to the fireflies on the way. He strikes up a genuine laughter. I'm convinced the precious shipment is safe with you. Okay, so he's going to go talk to his family. Hopefully he doesn't end up in danger. And we're going to go talk to the old guy again. I think I know what the kid's up to, though. I think he's going to tell his family what he's been up to and try to basically put himself in danger to force Mirrodin's hand. I hope he doesn't do that, but I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to do. Alright, so let's head on over here and give him the fireflies. You find Mirrodin sitting cross-legged on the edge of his wood platform, slowly roasting some manner of herb above a candle. Behold, the return of the Vikings. I was nay expecting to see you again, Hakon Carson. Did you eat my apprentice? Let's see. Don't be ridiculous. Here's your fireflies. He yanks the glass of fireflies out of your hands, oblivious of the rudeness. Ah, you brought the flies. Very good, I can prepare the ritual while we wait for Cillian. What ritual are you planning? Ritual of cleansing, of a sort. It's meant to keep the power flowing strong through the standing stones atop the mountain. Of course, once the stones are cleaned in a spiritual sense, they must be cleaned properly. It's quite tedious, but that's what apprentices are for. What is the purpose of those stones? Well, what do you think? To preserve wisdom. What other purpose could there be? Who were the Druids? Oh, I missed a little bit of dialogue there. Whoops. Oh, my dear lad, it pains me that you must ask. I mean, I'm not from here, man. Give me a break. I know who the Druids were, but I'm going through this just to see what he says. The Druids used to be the rulers of all these lands, and yours too, if I'm not mistaken, which should not be ruled out, mind you. They were guardians of the laws of men as well as gods. They presided over the rituals of the divine, and they upheld justice among men. They were the learned, or the learned, if you're inclined to say it that way, and the powerful, the elders of their time that offered counsel to those in need. Why did they disappear? When the Roman Empire conquered us, they spent centuries suppressing the culture of those who came before them. We Druids wielded great power here, and the Romans needed us gone so they could rule instead. It is my greatest sorrow that they were successful. Much was lost. Let's see. Is there anything we can do to help the ritual? The old Druid chuckles like the... Did a bunch of people just appear? That's concerning. Chuckles like the creek outside his cave. If you want to get your hands dirty with something other than the blood of Christians, I'd be happy to have your help. Refreshing the old inscriptions is hard labor. Mirrodin seems to hear something behind you and cranes his neck to look past you. Seeing nothing, he furrows his eyebrows. Where's the boy? He should be here by now. Well, I see something. There's people here, and I think it's the homesteaders come to attack us. A sharp voice echoes down the tunnel, and the harsh reverb exposes undertones of outrage. Sorcerer, you've gone too far. 6 young men and women from the village have gathered between you and the exit. They're all armed and itching for a fight. We're content to leave you in peace as long as you minded your own business, but this, consorting with heathen warriors... He raises his axe and levels it directly at the old man, whose face is frozen in surprise. This will not stand. Let's see. Back off, people. We don't want to fight you. If you didn't want to fight, you should have stayed out of our forest, Viking. You and that druid cavorting out here in this cave, so close to my wife and son, it makes me sick. Last chance to back off, I'm warning you. Okay. Kettle's arrow sings as it leaves the bow and embeds itself in the young trapper's eye socket with a sickening crunch. Douglas's son stays on his feet for a few seconds, his other eye blinking in mute confusion before he falls backwards like a log. Kettle, what are you doing, man? I was going to knock them all out. I wasn't going to kill him. Silence fills the cave. The villagers' eyes are all fixed on their dead cousin, while your herdsmen stare in astonishment at Kettle. What? Was it obvious to no one else where this was going? Yeah, but we didn't have to kill him. Howling with rage and grief, Dare raises his axe and charges. Man, I could have resolved that peacefully, or... I don't know if I could have, but I probably could have at least just done non-lethal attacks at this point. There's really no reason to. Oh, crap. All my tanks are on the same side. Okay, I need you to step out of the way so I can get Gunnar through there. Azlaith, step aside. Gunnar, I need you up here. Let's get you moving in that general direction as well. Let's see, can you attack anybody? Oh, we can't attack anyone this turn. I need you to just get behind something. If you die, then we're kind of screwed. I'm wondering if I should have... Nefia probably should have gone this way, because I need somebody to help Azlaith over there. Or wait. Yeah, that is Azlaith. Whoops, I thought that was Hakon. Apparently this is Hakon, yeah. My bad. Well, this will have to do for now. Can we deploy traps? No. Okay. Oh, great. So, there goes Azlaith. He's going to get one-shotted. These two don't look particularly dangerous, but the archer I'm a bit concerned about. Another block. That's what I like to see. Okay. So you're stunned. Let's see. Good job. I'm going to see if I can't follow this one up with a rock and deal with you the quick way. Nice. Let's get you up here. Oh, really? I thought that was, like, blocking. I can't move through it. Go ahead and finish that one. Gunnar, you can still move, so go get up in that person's face. Why don't you follow? Can you shoot them? Oh, you can. That is useful. Put a ranging shot on him, and then I'll have Kettle and Aoife fire at this archer. Good job. And, oh, you can't fire through there. Maybe if you move to here. There you go. Perfect. Okay. And that's pretty much that. What can you do for me? You're basically Ruskva, aren't you? I think so. Flurry, so he can do like a bunch of quick stabs. Slice. Death blow, he can heal somebody. I'll put you over here and I'll let you heal Aslaif whenever he needs it. Did he stun you again? It's ridiculous how often their stuns succeed. Like every single time. Whereas mine, maybe 50%, if I'm lucky. Oh, that took his arm off. Well, I can't have you stun him. I guess we're just gonna try to shoot through his shield, or shoot past his shield. See if we get lucky. I figured he'd block at least one of them. Well, let's get you over in that general direction. Do you have any other weapons? No, just fists. Alright, well, move this way and huck a rock in that direction, see what happens. Yeah, I didn't think that would land, but it was worth a go. Okay, so he's finally going to attack Aslaif. We'll just finish him off, and that'll be that. Oh, he blocked it. Should have stunned him. That was my mistake. Let's get you over here. I don't think his shield can withstand. Oh, well, he didn't take any damage from that, so his shield might be able to withstand the full barrage. Yep. I really should have stunned him. That was my mistake. There we go. Finally dealt with. And no injuries either. Hopefully the kid doesn't mind that we just butchered his whole family. The last of the young villagers falls, and Mirrodin surveys the carnage with a faintly horrified expression. So it has come to this. We probably should have done non-lethal, but I mean, Kettle killed that guy, so it was already a bloodbath. His fist clenches at his sides. Perhaps it was only a matter of time. I must admit, I never thought they would go this far, but he stops himself mid-sentence, his eyes widen. Cillian, you must go to the homestead. My apprentice must be in grave danger. Whatever they're planning, you have to save him. We'll go at once. If you bring him back safe with me, or bring him back to me safe, we'll both come with you to Perth. It's clear that we're no longer wanted here. I'll go meet you atop the mountain. I have to pack my last things. Now go, aid him. I hope you don't mind if I loot some corpses first. It looks like all of his stuff is unlocked as well, which is nice. Grab whatever that is. Some sort of... Oh, I thought it was like herbs or something. Okay, anything back here I can grab? Nope. Got an armless corpse over there. For some reason it's not letting me loot. Okay, there we go. They had a spear, why weren't they using it? They're fighting with like a little knife or something if I remember. Nothing on that guy. Nothing really there. Okay, I think that's everything. Let's leave and go save the kid. Alright, well, we are out of time for the day, so I'm going to end the episode here, and in the next one we'll go rush to save Cillian. Hopefully he's still alive. It'd be a shame if he basically sacrificed himself to get the Druid to leave, which is sort of what I thought he would do, but I didn't think he would do it in a way that would put himself in so much danger. I figured he would tell them and then, like, run to come meet us or something, but he obviously didn't do that. Anywho, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Expeditions Viking with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.